Robert DeLillo. A major effort of discussion. They're going to throw me out of the United States.
It's only right.
And tell me, Senator Lieberman and this clown Brown are trying to do away with citizenships.
Well, they're doing, what it is political posturing. Call a spade, all right? It's constitutionally prohibited. You cannot take an American citizen's citizenship away from him. You can give him a naturalized sentence, keep him in prison for the rest of his natural life. You can execute him, but you can't take away his citizenship. And you should never, ever, under any guise, be able to take away an American citizenship, because it becomes a slippery slope. The classic example is the communists in Russia. When they were in power, they took people's citizenships away and deported them from their country. Now that they did that turnaround, it's now illegal. You can't take their citizenship away. And in the United States, it's against the law to take someone's citizenship away. And even like Lieberman and Brown are trying to use the guise of terrorism, and a person is involved in terrorist activities, they should be able to take his citizenship away. No. You can put him in jail for life, you can execute him, but you can't take his citizenship away. Once you allow them to take citizenship away for whatever reason, it's a slippery slope. Now, you got blue eyes. No more blue-eyed people can stay in America.
This is really a very, very interesting concept, because when you think about it, it may be difficult about how you. We enjoy a situation here where we're born here and we're American, okay, and then part of being American is you happen to be a citizen of the United States and operate under law. However, you can say, I don't want to be.
You can surrender your citizenship.
Yeah.
And become what they call a citizen of the world. It's happened on a couple of occasions. There's a famous story of a guy that was on the boat, a ship, because no country would accept him.
Right.
And he was a citizen now of the world, which means he had no country. And if they didn't give him visas, they didn't let him come in, he was stuck living on that boat, which is a terrible thing. And there's another individual that wants to, it's been in the papers and stuff, give up his citizenship. That's okay. If you choose to give your citizenship up and become a citizen of the world and want to accept the consequences of that, good luck. You're really stupid if you do that.
You know, when you really start, that just becomes a very scary thing. You know, I was joking with you and kind of half-heartedly, but when you really seriously think about this, it is a frightening fact. So I'm protesting, which I'm a protester, right? Farm workers' rights and stuff like that against an established farm and things of that nature. Major corporations that we're fighting against.
Anybody can put you. Look at the guy that we know, Kazi. Right?
Oh yeah.
Media labeled him as one of the 50 most dangerous terrorists in America. We both know that is absolute nonsense.
It is absolute nonsense.
So,
yeah.
Do you take his citizenship away? You can't allow that. If you can take the citizenship for this, you can now take it for that. And it kills dissent. This is what happened in Russia. When the Russians were taking away citizenship, the people that they were taking the citizenship away from and deporting them were dissenters.
Well, you know, this is the problem. You know, and this is the problem when we talk about listeners and everything else. There's dissent that is real, legitimate dissent, and everybody should have a right to do those things and be free from law enforcement and all those things. And then there is terrorist tactics that are illegal, and you get punished for those.
We have a rule of law.
Right, we have a rule of law here.
And that's what controls. I can make a decision to kill you. The consequences of that is I allowed the state to put me in prison for the rest of my natural life or execute me.
Right.
All right? There is a rule of law that controls things. A terrorist can get a natural life sentence.
Right.
He blows something up and kills people. He can be executed.
To be executed, exactly right.
Taking his citizenship away is political bullshit. You're posturing, and that's what Lieberman is doing, because he has no programs to present. That's what Brown is doing, because he's now becoming the poster child of the Republican Party. They're trying to make him something he's really not. And they're using this as a front, and it's very dangerous. But it shows a mindset that's in this country, and that's the stuff here that we're going to get to, right? Is torture in American prison systems. And this is the scary one.
The abuse and cover-up that's going on in California? No,
segregation
you're
federal
talking-
units.
Right, we got the segregation, okay, of different units. You and I have different,
Okay,
right.
so what's happening, right, is the Federal Bureau of Prisons is taking 2 prisons, right? And they're gonna have an experimental prison where well, let me see.
Well, you restricted communication and forbid physical contact with family without due process.
Exactly.
Okay, I mean, wow, this is really, okay, and who's gonna do it? This is obviously.
The state can never have that kind of power. The Bureau of Prisons can never have that kind of a power.
Jeez.
You know, this is torture. And keep in mind is that they're going to close Guantanamo. Those prisoners are going to come into the United States prison system.
Right.
And where they're going to go? They're going to go into those special units. And what they're doing now is they're going to try to set it up so that they can test the law to put these people in horrendous conditions that they shouldn't be in. The big problem is a large portion of the individuals in Guantanamo are innocent. They didn't commit no crimes.
Well, they're not terrorists, they may have been soldiers.
No, what happened is warlords
Okay, right,
in Afghanistan
right.
gave you to the United States government saying he's a terrorist. And this was just somebody that they had bad blood for. Somebody they just wanted out of the way. And they get paid for getting terrorists and giving them to the United States.
Yeah, that's right, we did, we had the...
So what happened is hundreds, literally hundreds of innocent people were put in Guantanamo. Officials knew this and turned their back on it. The Bush administration knew this and turned their back on it and allowed people to be in prison under horrendous conditions for years and years and years. It's outrageous, and this is an expansion of that.
This is the frightening fact that happens, as you and I at one time, we talked about the gang development in prison, how that came about, where they spent the money. Okay, if you make a situation and you make a block for gang members and you don't have any gang members, okay, the system develops gang members.
Okay, let's for the camera.